Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Dragon Swarm!
Now, Airborne Beast, my specialty. Now, Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
This one will be difficult to predict.
You're finished! Lunarongo! Mirage!
I'm not so good with airborne targets. Do it!
Take over me! In an instant! Impact Block! We're a pretty lethal combination.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
It's over! Dragon Swarm! Lightning Thrust! Strike! Mirage!
blade! Here I come! You got fire! Ring up!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Trapped in darkness, pierced by light.
I call it the Rindo Special.
All right. There's nowhere to run from my art.
When he slows down, that's our chance!
How dare you try to keep up with it!
Be still! Strike! You're on!
Eagle Fly! Talon Hurricane!
Demon Slayer, reload!
Be flavor!
Flame of Fury!
Dragon Swarm!
Lion Howl!
Be still!
Hear my call!
Strike! Lunar Rondo! You're on! Dragon Swarm!
Tiger Blade!
Can't get out of this!
Will someone season tip? This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense...
won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Expert coming through! Hear me! Flame of fury!
You're mine!
Strike!
You're finished!
Here I
Try harder!
Here!
Here I come! It's over! Be still! No escape! Lunarongo!
Watch this! Make it rain!
Rising sun!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Thanks for the cover, Kisara.
You weren't too shabby yourself.
Go no further!
Take this!
Raging storm!
Take this! It's over! Lightning thrust! I'm not done! Lunarongo! Mirage!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Take
Sounds
this!
like a job for you to ruin!
Being interrupted.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Certainly not.
You're mine! You're finished!
Air
Be
thrust!
still!
Light astral energy!
Mirage! Dragon swarm!
Take it!
I'm ready! Live up!
Astral energy!
Say no more! I still got a ways to go!
Little help!
Take this! It's over! Take this! Lunarongo! Rising Falcon! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Sword Rain Alpha! Here I come! It's over! Take this! You're finished! Stardust! Devastation! Mirage! In an instant! Impact Block!
To achieve such harmony.
Takes a singular will.
Out of our way!
No escape! Dragon Swarm! Dazzle! Begin! Take this! Catapult! It's over! Mirage! Crush! Dragon Swarm!
Air thrust!
Flutter! Dazzle! I'm ready!
Blow them away! We can really make weapons with this?
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah, We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around. Right, here goes! You're mine! It's over!
Talon Hurricane!
Lightning orb! Raging
Blade!
Pierce evil!
Take
Three
it!
Lancer!
You're
Air
finished!
thrust!
Swallow blade!
Do it! Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
I won't forgive you!
You're mine! First strike! It's over!
Talon Hurricane!
Megasonic thrust!
Raging storm!
Tassel! You're mine! It's over! Devastation! Lunar Rondo!
Follow dance!
We won that by a mile!
I won't forgive you!
Here I come! You're finished!
Follow
Tassel!
dance!
No escape! Lunar Rondo! Devastation! Mirage!
Lightning orb! Three Lancer! Dance in the wind!
Dragon Swarm!
Air thrust!
Lightning Strike!
Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Annihilation! Yeah!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Did you see?
Sure did. You were checking out Kisara from behind.
No, I wasn't!
An opponent like this should be easy. It's over! Tassel! Take this! You're finished! Devastation! Lunar Rondo! Cut! Swallow blade! Be still! It's over!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Certainly not bad.
No complaints here.
Out of my way!
Here I come! It's over!
Lunar Thunder Field!
I'm not done!
By the
My
power of
astral
one!
energy!
You're mine!
Annihilation!
Be still! I'm not done! Lunar Rondo!
Do it! Xion! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Be still!
Burning
No escape!
Glacial
Devastation!
Pierce evil!
Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Swallow blade! Sword rain out! Swallow
Do it!
blade!
Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Looks like it could be worth something.
Not today!
Leave the agile ones to me.
Eagle assault!
You're finished!
This one's mine!
Swallow Hollow Blade! Here I come! It's over! Dragon
I
Swarm!
can carve through. Now I'm in the groove. I'm ready.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein. We're shitting them out. Something you wanted to say?
You're finished! Lunar Rondo!
Lost and Mega Ray! By the power of water!
I'm ready.
Lock! Get toasty!
Burn strike.
Seems about right to me.
Gotta break through! Take this!
Shield
You're
and
finished! Be still! Take this! You're finished! Milan!
Hear my
Prime
call!
Alpha!
Hear my
Take this!
I'm ready! Bizarre! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Any chance we could make the next time a little bit warmer?
Does it look like it comes with a thermostat?
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
More Danon runes here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
Gotta break through! You're mine! You're finished!
Shattering of pieces. Attack time.
Rising Falcon!
These enemies aren't me!
Milky Way here.
Be still!
You attack without mercy.
Do it, because I can't afford...
All yours, Kisara.
A comfortable win.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. Elusive deity.
You're finished! Rising Falcon! Catapult!
Do it!
Rebel!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
You're finished! Here I come!
One more!
knew about that, Shion.
And still as humble as ever.
We managed to pull through.
Go no further!
You're mine! Slash! Flaming thrust! No escape! Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Slash! Swallow Blade!
Ringwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Denizen!
My fists are crushing it out there!
What's this thing? I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
So still a house, in a sense. Just for a god.
Coming through!
It's over! Flaming thrust!
Not on my watch!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Be still! It's over! Rising Falcon!
I'll face you!
Be still! Here I come! It's over! Sword Rain Alpha!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight.
Coming through!
Here I come!
I'll face you!
Dazzle! Rising Falcon! Take this!
Rotating
You're finished! You're mine!
Can you take it? Take this!
Dragon Swarm! Mega Sonic!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Coming through! You're mine! You're finished!
By the... I do!
Begin! Does it hurt? A new performance!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
Double leap! In an instant! Impact Block!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed
You're
blow.
mine! You're finished! Here I come!
Do it!
With this, I can become even stronger. Hi, Hoodle!
Here I come! It's over!
Here's evil! Thunderblade!
Flash! Dazzle! You're mine! Mirage! You're mine! It's over!
Here you
Dragon Swarm!
Reload!
Mega Sonic Block!
I'll
stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I can feel my precision improve.
Right, here goes! I'm not done! Here!
Swallow Dance!
Swallow blade!
Death Blossom!
Take this! Rising Kraken!
Do it!
Radiant
River!
Storm! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually,
I can carve
Let's talk
through
more
armor!
we're doing.
Sealed! Get on in there with the others! Free Blazer!
Watch this!
Here I come!
Do it! Go hurry!
Hey!
Blow them away!
Raging Annihilation!
I can feel my power growing!
Don't mind if I do.
Now here I come!
Raging
You're
Cascade!
finished!
Glacial Spear!
Dragon
Hear
Claw!
evil!
Pierce!
This will come in handy. Free Blazer!
Rising Falcon!
Burning
Flash!
Get
Dragon
on there with
Claw!
that. Here's evil!
Rip and tear!
Free Blazer!
Here I come! It's over!
Wow, that was a nice move there.
I know, right? Bet you couldn't do it.
So it's a grab here, thrust the left leg, then use the right arm to leverage over...
Stop memorizing my move!
Get lost!
Here I come!
No further! Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
Gale Force! Annihilation!
I'm not done!
Everlasting
Swallow blade! Be still!
Negative
Here I
gate.
come! You're
On
finished!
your
Hear me!
Mirage!
Fury! Burning Water!
The enemy wields our spear.
We'll soon see about that! Here's
I'm
evil!
not done! Dragon Swarm! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Raging Cascade! Into the shadows! And here!
Swallow blade!
Fine! They did this one!
You're
Hitting
mine!
pile driver.
It's over! Lightning thrust! No escape!
Ready!
Mirage!
Here!
Dragon Swarm!
Sleep now!
Lightning thrust!
This'll come in handy. Thank goodness we won.
Begin! Sleep now.
Take this! You're finished!
I'll face you. Take this.
You're mine!
Here!
It's over!
Lightning orb!
A victory for the ages.
Little help!
Take this! It's over!
Eat it!
I'll tear you apart!
Lightning struck!
Swallow dance!
Lightning orb!
Struck!
Alright!
Come on! Dragon Swarm!
Now I'm in the groove! Fantastic! Great! Amazing!
Shut up, Law! I'm trying to focus!
I was only trying to be nice.
Your power is...
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
So, did you like my boost art?
Yeah, it was off the charts.
No choice! Take this!
Eat
You're
this!
finished!
Let's
Be
tear you
still!
apart!
Lunar Rongo!
Ready! Radiant Punch!
Lightning Struck! You're mine!
Let's swallow dance! One more!
Do it!
My fists are crushing it out there.
Hi, Hoodle!
Take this!
This one's
Damn it!
mine!
It's over! Flash! Be still!
Here!
Lunar Rongo!
With the other.
Rising Falcon! Take this! Not today!
Get your deal!
Dragon Swarm!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
You're mine! Elucidate!
Let the marksman handle this.
I'm ready! It's over! Remember!
Astral energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
Reaper! Dragon Swarm! Here! I'm ready!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Here I come! Be still! Dragon Swarm! I'm ready!
Still That extra training paid off.
I'm not done! Swallow Blade! Pierce! Dazzle! Rising Falcon! Thrust! Take this! Dazzle! Take this! Hit off! Rising Falcon! Come on! Great! You're mine! You're finished! Megasonic Flux! Swirling Arm! Swallow Blade!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops! Sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
that big tower over there?
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
We did a lot today, didn't we, Hootle?
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
Good. This came out just the way I hoped. Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
Hey, what do you say we fight that shiny one?
This will be a delicious piece of cake! Going in the winning!
Dragon form!
Tiger Blade! Let me get that great
Take this! It's over! You're out!
Tiger Blade!
Dragon form! Swallow blade!
Now!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu. I have a bad feeling about this.
You're finished! I'm on! Come and get it! I'll smash you! Take this! You're finished! Dragon form! Death blossom! Dragon form! Mega Steel! Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! It's over! Eat this! Flash! Do it! Be still!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Take this! Dragon form!
Take this! Take this!
Who the hell are you?
Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Go,
Here.
Here's a healing art.
Here I come!
Where are you going?
Thunderblade! Radiant Pierce! Lightning! That freaking does it! Here I go! I'm all stuck up!
Enjoy.
Blue escape! Powered hurricane!
Enjoy.
Hear me!
Here.
Glacial Spear! Raging! Cascade! Freeze Laser! Breath! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! My astral energy! Gemini Alpha!
Not today!
Take this.
Thunderblade!
Enjoy. Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...